Hello, guys. How are you doing? I hope you guys are all having a great and wonderful day. Nobody's here yet, but I'm sure you will all be soon. So I'm going to enjoy my sandwich until I see some people. Mm. Please say hi if you're here. And excuse me for eating my sandwich. Mm. Mm. Nothing like a farm fresh egg sandwich. So today we are going to talk about garden zones and all that great stuff. And there we go. Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to talk about today was just, the garden zones that we're all in, what's growing in your area, what's growing in my area, um, what are people starting, what is your goal to grow this year. So come on over. And let me share myself out. Hello, Sharon Swing. Sharon. Sheena. Hello, how are you? 4B. So what are you starting in 4B? Are you starting stuff inside? What are you growing? Right. Are you starting starts that are already started, or are you growing inside? Or are you doing any of that? So you're pretty cold. But I know that people that are in your zone probably next month can start peas and beans. Um, Something that can handle a little light frost here and there. But that's exciting up there. We are starting corn next month. Or actually this month. Sorry, it's April 1st. And so that's what we're going to be starting soon here. I'm waiting until after this huge storm that's going to come through to do that and get those beds, ready for that. So that's awesome. Hey, Ann. Well, you've been so you could probably grow the broccoli and the cabbage outside yet, couldn't you? Or how cold are you guys still? Are you still getting snow and crazy stuff like that? Yeah, we do. We have a lot of rain coming too. I don't know what area you're from, but um, we have a lot of rain and storm. We actually have tornado warnings already. They're saying that this is going to be a doozy of a storm. So um, yeah, we might be hunkered down tomorrow. We will see. My husband's got to work in it. Um, I got to share this out really quick. I hope you guys don't mind. Just give me a minute to go to my channel and share it out. I don't know why it's so. If you guys could share me out, that would be great too. Okay. There, I've shared myself out. Yeah, we've been having pretty warm weather, but next week we're going to get down into the 60s already. And you're across the board over there. What is your growing zone? Or do you have zones? 30 C today, 30. Oh, okay, degrees Celsius. That's warm. Awesome. That is awesome, Shani. I am doing no zones. So what is? I know that you guys get snow there in Turkey, and you know, is it hot, really hot there during the summer, and how cold does it get during the winter? So how do you know what you can grow and not grow there in Turkey? I'm growing flowers too. I didn't go as big as I was going to go. I just didn't have the grow space for starts that I wanted to, but I did do like calendula. I put a bunch of zinnias out. Already started those outside. Oh, okay. So it gets pretty hot there in the summer, and then that's pretty darn cold. So you have a really dramatic swing there, Anne. So does it get hot really fast, like from spring to summer, Anne? I'm growing some marigolds. I actually have some marigolds I need to put in the ground. I have some. Actually, I should do it tonight before it starts raining. I have some dill I need to get out tonight. Um, but I want to put marigolds in the ground too. Those are always great in the garden. I got yeah, dill. For all the pickles that I don't know how much pickles I'm going to get if we're going to do any pickles this year. But I just like having dill seed and dill for growing, um, to put in salads and stuff like that. Um, like a cucumber salad, to put that dill in there. It's just really, really lovely with some sour cream and some onions and some cucumbers and just a little bit of sugar and some dill. Is just heavenly for a good salad. So yeah, I've done zinnias. I put in calendula. I put in marigolds. I put in zinnias. I'm going to do some sunflowers yet. Ground needs to be, we should be able to put those in now. I just kind of, and then I have like, I have it right here. So I have these, we'll get some echinacea. Let me make myself bigger. We have some of these wildflower mixes that we'll be putting in the ground. We do get a lot of black-eyed Susans already. This has zinnias, and then we have the perennial wildflower mix that we want to get in the ground too. So we just kind of throw these all over the yard. I want to put a bunch out by the trees, the perennials for sure. And by the we have apple trees and stuff like that. Oh, that's awesome, Shani. Okay. So are you in a mountainous region then? I know that there's some mountains in Turkey. When everybody thinks of Turkey, they just think of hot. I know that you mentioned in Carol's live the other day that you do have some extremes like that. I can put a link in the chat if anybody wants to come up and chat with me. We can have a good time if anybody's interested. Here we oh, okay. It must be beautiful, Anne, where you live. What kind of pests do you guys deal with? Yeah, in your area. We have field rats and bunnies. We have mice and bunnies. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw a while ago on a video, I had some a rabbit lay her baby kits in my garden. It was kind of sad because it was cold, and so they passed away right away. Must have been a new mother. She didn't know what she was doing. Cat. Oh, crows. Okay. Yeah. We do get crows if we do like field stuff. Like I'll have to watch it with my corn when I okay, so you have to cover things up then. Do you cover things up? We just deal with a lot of bug pressure. The rabbits, since I got my fence working really good, I have an electric fence around it. I'm not getting as many rabbits in anymore. Yes, that is stressful. Yeah, okay. Green netting, that's nice. I do have some netting out there, and I was going to put it over my chicken coop, some of that green netting that, but I might have to put it over like some of my areas. I need to make some of those little like tunnels. Um, so what kind of bugs do you deal with, Shani? Or do you deal with, I'm sure everybody deals with rabbits. Rabbits seem to be everywhere. We have a lot of field mice here. When you mow, um, you can see the field mice running, and they've been here. They're the only thing that will eat the broom sage seed that's out here. But lately, they've been getting into our chicken coop area. And so I was just thinking when you planted, Shawnee, when you want to plant the mint, I was just planting that around my chicken coop area yesterday so that I could keep away some of the mice because it's supposed to deter mice. And as that grows, I'm just going to kind of let it take over that area. And if it gets too much, we'll just burn it back. So I'm looking forward to this rain, so maybe it will spread. Yeah, everybody has vine borers. The first time I dealt with vine borers was here in Tennessee. I never really, well, I did deal with them before. So when you're planting, do you plant squashes and things that you have to deal with vine borers with? A vine borer is like a kind of like a little worm that burrows, sorry, into where, like, if you have a squash or a vining plant, or like cucumbers, uh, summer squash, winter squashes, all of those squashes, they like to bore or get themselves into the bottom of the vine, and that's where you'll find them mostly. So a lot of people like put cellophane or something like that, um, and around the bottom so that they can't burrow themselves in, and they literally will eat the inside of the vine and kill the whole plant. We have a lot of Japanese beetles here as well, and they're horrible. Um, and I'm sure that I need to hang up some of those traps. I use traps. Oh, okay. That's awesome, Shawnee. I've never heard of that. Marigolds are great for that, and mint is great to grow in your garden as long as you can control it, because it does take off for sure. You hand pick them. Have you ever seen, Shani? Have you ever seen those little traps where it doesn't? It attracts them. You can get them at any store. If you talk to the Japanese beetle traps, or they're also known as June beetles. Um, same, they may be different, but they're same family. But they have these little attractors with these bags underneath. I'll see if I can find some. I need to order some new ones from Amazon. Um, and they attract, they have like this little attraction, and then they hit the side of the bag and they fall right in. Um, let me see here. I barely got it in there and it came up right away because they're so popular. And I'll put a link to this in the in the video in the chat too. So let me show you this, guys. Oh. This is what I'm talking about. It's just like it comes with this little attractor, and there is the Amazon link for it if you guys want to get it. It has this little, and they're usually like, oh, what is it? There's 2 of them in here, and they're $18. This is just the first one I found. I know that you can get them cheaper on Amazon. So shop around on Amazon or wherever. Usually you can find it at Home Depot, Lowe's. These are everywhere. Hey, 49 more. Good to see you in here. So these are really, really good. These work better than anything I've ever seen. They just attract those June beetles, Japanese, bugs, and lots of beetles, period. They hit the top of the trap, and then just fall in the bag. And you know what I do with them? I feed them to my chickens, and they just absolutely love them. So then we get nice orange eggs. So this is what we do to take care of that problem, and it works great. This year, I think I'm definitely going to get more. I hang one by my fruit trees, and I hang one in the garden area, and it works really, really good. So that is what we use. And then I've never had them go on my zinnias, but that's interesting. Do they go on anything else? I know they really like trees and shrubs and stuff like that. How did you get rid of your bugs, Anne? And if you shared me out, thank you. Hey there. How you doing, lady? How's the boy doing? I appreciate you being here on your phone. Yeah, so we deal with the June bugs. I haven't had vine borers here on this property, but we had them on the last property really, really bad. Or in town where we're living. Oh, okay. I see. Does anybody get slugs really bad? Or neem. Neem will work. Neem's a good one. But for the June beetles, I definitely use those traps. I use neem oil on my trees. Actually, I need to spray them after this rain that's going to go through. So I use neem oil on my trees. You can use, and then I hang up those traps that I was showing you guys earlier. And then, yeah, beer is awesome for slugs, especially if you are using a lot of wood in your garden. If you're doing the back to Eden thing, I dealt with a lot of slugs when I was using a lot of wood. The only time I see them here on the property here is when there's wood involved somewhere. We have a lot of spiders. Spider mites, I guess. Yeah. Now, what does spider mites like to eat, Carol? South Florida sunshine. Your whole plant. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Neem oil is really good, especially your tomatoes. Yeah. Yeah, for our tomatoes, we get the hornworms really bad. And one of the other things that we deal with is army worms. And I do spray neem oil, but I end up picking them off. And I don't put them in soapy water. I'll just put them in and only because I feed them to my chickens. I check hornworms you can feed to your chickens, army worms you can feed to your chickens, um, June beetles you can feed to your chickens, or Japanese beetles. So I feed all of that stuff to my chickens. So when I catch them, like in the trap, I guess that's why I like them so much. Is that because I can just let the traps get them and then just give them to the chickens. Yes, they can. Oh, I hate spider mites. I hate any kind of mites. We do get those pretty bad here too, Carol. Um, I haven't seen them yet on this property, but definitely on the other property. You know, you turn over a leaf and you see all these little spider mites everywhere, and it's like, ugh, they're so gross. Um, and neem oil is, yeah, kind of the only way to go. Diatomaceous earth, I use that quite a bit too. It's supposed to work really good on slugs. Eggshells, um, I haven't seen a whole lot of. They say they're good for slugs. I haven't had any good luck with eggshells and slugs. Um, right now, I've got something in my garden. I haven't identified it yet. I think it's just mice, just burrowing in my garden beds. So I'm gonna have to put out some mouse traps because it's like they've discovered us this year. Like last year, they didn't even know about us, and all of a sudden they've discovered us this year. So we're going to be putting out. We actually already have. Um, we're going to be planting a lot of mint on the property and kind of just letting it run close to the house. Um, I know it kind of takes over, but we'll probably put it in little pots all over the property as much as possible, and then okay, mostly your tomatoes. Yeah, I would just spray those tomatoes with neem oil like crazy. So, so Anne, what are you putting in your garden this time of year? Oh, you used neem oil and they didn't stop? Hmm. Did you try? There's also something called BT. It works on all bugs, but it can affect um, your pollinators as well. Now, another thing that I have in my garden that I have to deal with, and I need my husband to help me deal with it because I'm going to deal with it naturally, is our ants on the, fire ants is another thing that I'm dealing with inside the garden. Okay. So you're planting basically the same things I've planted. I have lettuce, I have carrots, I have onions, I have potatoes. Red peppers I haven't started with. Um, Beans I've gotten in the ground, green beans. I've gotten peas in the ground. Yeah, and that's why I don't like to use it unless right, Carol. You know the BT is hard on the butterflies too. Um, and that's why I don't like to use it unless I absolutely have to. But when you have an infestation, it's really hard. Um, when I had the army worms all over, they really went after my sweet potatoes. And I think I've told you guys this before, where they just totally went after my sweet potatoes. And oh, it's okay, Shani. Um, I thank you for coming back. Um, they they really attacked those leaves of the sweet potatoes, but they didn't get into the ground and affect my sweet potatoes. So because my sweet potatoes were still very vigorous and had a lot of green growth on them, because I was basically growing them in compost. That's the way to go with potatoes and stuff because they're such heavy feeders. Um, anyways, they thrived anyways, and I got tons of sweet potatoes. So even though I was so worried because I had this huge infestation of um, army worms and hornworms on my sweet potatoes and on my tomatoes. I wonder what kind of volunteers I'm going to get this year. Does anybody get some really good volunteers in their garden every year? And what do you get? I usually get volunteer tomatoes because during the season, my dogs like to have and steal tomatoes, and so they deposit tomato seed all over the property, and we have random tomatoes coming up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Um, or keep them away. What kind of flowers are you planting, Anne? That is a great idea. All kinds. I'm hoping the same thing, and to bring in those pollinators too. A lot of people are like, "Well, I just need to concentrate on um, just growing food this year," and that's a great thing. But you always kind of want to throw some cheap and easy. Um, like if you grow flowers, save those seeds. Flowers are usually really easy to save seed from. I have up here. Oh, these are just I just popped the marigolds heads off. Um, you can see right there. So, oh, be quiet, you. So and then I'll just squish these into the garden. Good to see you, GT Junior. Um, and um, and then I just take the heads of this is dill, and I'll just put those in the garden. And it's just so easy. And then you just let the heads dry is all you're going to do. And then this is zinnias. I have huge bags of zinnias, and we let the heads of the zinnias dry, on the plants, guys. It's better for them to dry on the plants. Hey, Carol.
Hey, I was just telling you, I'm in your basement.
um, and
Hold on, I have you on my phone too. Ooh, there we go.
I was gonna,
Hey guys.
Junior, if you want to come up, you can. If you have the time, I don't know if you do.
He's driving. He says to work
Oh, okay.
while he's
That's
listening.
Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I just saved the heads off of everything and just put them in the ground.
Yeah.
For the next year, let them dry on the plants, and you do the same thing with beans and all of that stuff. It's just really easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. The easiest thing I ever saved was those asparagus beans.
Yeah,
They are so prolific and
yeah,
down here, and it was just like, oh, that was easy. That was like my first, I think, seed saving experience, and I was like,
right.
oh, if only they were all like that.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they just.
Pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
why they're so prolific. They restart themselves every year and just
Yeah.
add more and more, and you get
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. I'm excited about. I've got um was it
Hey,
I planted 10 asparagus and I got 7 up so far.
I have to
So
keep checking him. So if you hear me doing that, I have to make
yep.
sure he still has it on. Sorry.
Oh,
He's been ripping it off. Pretty consistently. And I
yeah,
don't know why I didn't think of it, but the pediatrician's like, well, if you shave his head, and I'm like, duh, because I can't because she was saying the better bandage. I'm like, yeah, I had one, but he's got
yeah,
that curly hair, and I can't get the
yeah.
fourth side. And she's like, well, if you just shave it there, and I'm like, well, I could shave his head. Duh, it's summer. So that's the next thing, and some little medicine for it, and then developmental pediatrician instead of a regular pediatrician, which I was like, yeah, duh, that too. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
helpful, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
we'll find one that has a team like at one of the hospitals, and that would be such a blessing.
Yeah, that is a blessing when that happens. It makes a huge difference when you have a doctor that understands those kind of children.
Yes. Yes. And the pediatricians kind of do, but and then the neurologists are so hard to, get on the phone and get them actually doing something for the kid because they're so busy. But
Right.
yeah, and I have one too. I want to try and plan out because I heard they're really good. It's the Cherokee wax bean
Oh, okay.
heirloom. I heard those are pretty good. At least that was Deep South. Danny said that he really liked them as an
Right.
all-purpose. I
So
haven't had them.
I was kind of looking at are you growing asparagus outside or
No, not in the
no?
tropics. I haven't tried it. I
Oh,
want
okay.
to. I would love to, but I mean, even here, like our strawberries are very seasonal, and it's in winter.
Yeah.
Right now, the sun has already bleached out. My nice healthy mustard is all bleached out from the sun that
Hmm.
has come up just since the spring equinox.
Wow.
So yeah, just since we switched over to spring, I was like shocked. I couldn't believe how it bleached them because they were all nice and green and lush, and they're still getting the same amount of water. It's just the sun shifted ever so slightly, and
That's exciting, Shawnee. Congratulations.
yay, good for
She's getting
you.
seeds in the mail.
That's great. I have plenty of seeds here. I need to just plant some. That's the thing. I was out this morning after we came back from dropping off Hannah. Now on my new schedule, I'm going to try and get out there right when we get back because he wants to go outside a little bit then.
Yeah.
And I'll go out there, and I hula hoed today, and you should have seen the piles of weeds.
I know.
Oh my gosh. It's
I know.
embarrassing.
I
I
was
did
like,
not film myself.
I was telling everybody my carrots didn't come up. Well, only a small bit of my carrots didn't come up exactly where I was looking for them, but the
Yeah.
rest of them are all coming up. And it was probably because those seeds were old. Those seeds that I planted in that spot, I was looking back, those are the pelletized seeds. And
Yeah.
so they only last a year. So if you
Yeah.
guys grow, if you get pelletized seeds, they really only last a year. Everything else you're pretty safe on, but that and onions, they don't seem to really last very long. So yeah.
Yeah. I think my mustard was kind of like 2 years, maybe 2 years old, and it's doing
Right.
well. But it's the brand that I don't know if I want to buy anymore.
Right.
So,
Well, mustards are really good for like if you're going to follow it up.
GT's gonna come up.
Okay.
Yay! He's the seed man. We just had to say seeds, and that's it.
Yeah. I know he's always talking about what seeds he's got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was also. That's one of the reasons too. I'm hula hoeing because I want to put in some roselle for teas.
Nice.
And going on my elimination diet, I found out I have gout. That's part of my pain. I found out on Easter.
Oh,
I was like,
I saw you say something about that in one of the Facebook chats.
Yeah, in our messenger group. Yeah.
You're still driving and you're coming up. GT, you are awesome.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
They're talking about seeds.
I know he's so busy. I told him I wanted to interview him, and he's like busy in his own like live, and it's like, yeah, I work. I'm like, well, just let me know. I want to interview you. Because I don't do interviews that often, but he's the seed man, so I want to get him up there. But he's always busy, always.
So
that is true.
What are you putting in the ground? What are you starting?
I'm starting everything. We on Facebook they have a gardening group, and in that gardening group they give you suggestions. It comes in like a template telling you what is advisable to grow, what's advisable to start, and things of that nature. And I used it for the last year, and it's worked. So I've done broccoli and kohlrabi, but I couldn't find my kohlrabi. I mean, no, my cauliflower. But I was in someone's chat. It was either Diva or Carol's, and they was and I told them I was gonna buy seeds or whatever. They was like, "You're gonna find them," and then I went to do my hydroponic system, redo it, and I found my seeds. So like, wow.
Isn't that how it goes? I know. As soon as we buy them, it's like, oh, there they are.
Yeah. So you grow a lot of things hydroponic. So is that inside or?
I do.
Oh, we just lost your sound. You must be getting a call.
Y'all back?
Yep. You're back. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can hear you.
I do both. I do hydroponics, and then I do the real way, which is soil.
Okay.
But yeah, I do both ways.
Oh,
that's awesome.
And I go ahead.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay. Go ahead. So say what you were going to say.
I'm really excited about my fig cuttings. They're growing very beautifully. I use a double cut method, and they got some pretty leaves, pronounced root system. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to get some figs. I left my Barbados cherry that I thought died because the leaves were on it and it was dead. And my husband's like, usually when they retain their leaves, it's a sign that it's dead. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to him and I just left it alone and left it in the pot because he's the expert.
Yeah,
he's in the business, and he came back. I was like, I'm like, God's got this. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I'm seeing green leaves come back, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait to trim it back to, get the dead wood off. But I'm so excited because that's my vitamin C right there. That's acerola cherry is really good for C.
Yeah,
it's kind of like rose hips, like what you guys have for rose hips, GT up there. You don't want to eat too many. It's like you don't want to eat too many because get the runs because it's so loaded with vitamin C.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. You don't know that about rose hips is that way. Clean you out.
I didn't know that.
No rickets here.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they used for vitamin C on ships because you can hang on to rose hips for a long time, can't you?
And it's kind of maybe like your hubby because he hasn't planted, but my husband is in the lawn and ornamental business down here. So he does know,
Yeah.
but he doesn't at the same time when it comes to our garden back there because that's mine and he's not allowed to put anything back there near my plants that might not be organic or stuff. And when he has, it's like, don't you dare use a spreader on that lawn. Don't. Mm, it better
Mm-hmm.
not go
Mm.
over the line because I get all around the sides as
Yeah.
my area. But it's so frustrating just to find an area where it's like not tainted,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
and being in that business, they think like, oh, organic doesn't work. It just doesn't work as fast.
Right.
That
Exactly.
organic doesn't, and it needs more applications,
You
but it
really
works.
need
It works.
you need patience for organic.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're looking, and that's why I don't judge people that that don't want to do organic.
Oh yeah,
Because
no.
it's. I mean, there's times where I'm like, I need to fix this now. And there's times where I've been in the backyard pulling bugs for hours. It's like, you're going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and
No, that's
sometimes you just got to pull the plant, that
mhm.
they're on the most.
Yeah. I did find out though, because I was seeing that a lot, and I've mentioned it on my lives, like all these people who claim organic, and then we were watching Broke Farmer, and he was talking about, if your soil comes in plastic, you are not organic. It's got
Mm-hmm.
microplastics in it, and if you have, this and you're growing in plastic, same thing, you're getting microplastics in it.
Yeah.
But he when he said that, it's like so many people are like, "Well, I'm an organic gardener," and they use Miracle Grow to start their plants.
Yeah.
They put them in the hydroponic Miracle Grow kit with the Miracle
Mm-hmm.
Grow stuff. It's like, just be honest. Come on, just come on.
Sometimes it's
Why lie
noticeable.
about something like that? Just
Sometimes they don't know that it's not. You know
the
what I
person
mean?
they do.
It's like they think soil is just
Yeah.
soil.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I
this
mean?
person knows. This person
Oh,
definitely
okay.
knows. Yeah. And then it's just, yeah. There's just people on here who do that. And it was funny because I was watching another YouTuber who said the influencers have a huge problem where they want to sell people this lifestyle. And like here we are selling basically, you can garden too, you can grow your own food.
Yeah.
That they will tell the dumbest lies and you can catch them in them sometimes in their influencer
Right.
videos. I
Right.
got up at 5 a.m. in the morning and they'll have a clock in their shot or the daylight is
Yeah.
telling on them.
Yeah.
And she's like, she was showing a couple of those videos and I was like, happens in the gardening community too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep. But I think
Mm.
it makes other people feel bad. It's
Right.
like, well, I do it organically and you can too. Well, some people don't have the time to where they can
No.
go out and pick out bugs. And, they might have to
Exactly.
use the Miracle Grow because their soil is so bad.
Right.
I have no problem with that. That's, they're eating it. I'm not. I have
Yeah.
my standards for my yard. They have their standards and that's fine.
Right.
But don't
Right.
lie about it. Make other people feel like you're superior.
Right.
Like my
Right.
garden looks this way and it's just all organic. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. There's not a bug bite in that.
That's
Nothing.
right. There's
Yeah.
no nibbles. No nibbles and
Good
everything is
point.
Uh-huh.
perfectly green, uniformly green. Nothing
Yeah.
looks non-green. Like
Right.
I know you can do that after so long. Like
I
but
do have to say that my cabbage and stuff looked really, really good and didn't
there's
have a lot of bug bites in it.
good. Yeah.
But I did netting. I did
Yes.
net.
Yeah.
That's how I deal with get away with not dealing with a lot of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't do it as tight. Like I did put 4 or 5 broccolis in the ground, and one got totally eaten by something. But the others are untouched, and so it's like okay, and they were all under netting, so it's like
Weird.
okay.
They just didn't get to it. The cabbage worm didn't. Was it broccoli get eat by cabbage worms? Because I haven't done broccoli yet because our winter's
They
so short.
do. I believe they do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's a little cool yet for them.
Yeah, the netting does help, Anne. Absolutely. And I had lovely greens and I didn't even net them because not some of the bugs just did not want mustard, which I was very happy with.
You're
But I
right.
was hoping once the sun came out, I was going to get mustard seeds. I'm waiting for them to bolt, and all they seem to be doing is die. Like, I'm dying, and they're not sending up anything. Like,
Mustard is a really good. I don't care for mustard, but it's a really good plant to have in the ground because it will deter a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Period.
and kills
And
the not
if you
nematodes.
grow it over the winter,
Mhm.
it deters even the
Yeah.
in-ground bugs.
Yes,
Some
that's why
people
I'm growing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then till it under during the spring.
Yeah. You said about BT. Oh, go ahead, GT. Sorry.
I was going to ask, are you talking about mustard greens or are you talking
Yeah.
about mustard the plant? Okay.
Mustard greens.
Mustard greens, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're the ones that send up the mustard seeds if they will bolt.
hmm
But I don't know if I'm going to get any bolting before they're just dead. The sun is just frying them already.
Yeah.
And
Is that hot already?
yeah. Oh, I was
Yeah.
just telling
Oh.
Laura, they're bleached. I'm going to do a before and after and look it up in my phone when I showed them before the spring sun came. Yeah, this is Summer
Mhm.
Junior, according to OMG. It's Wix. He's a Florida. He does like,
Oh, wow.
he takes videos and makes it look like he's filming them on his flip phone.
Oh, okay.
And he's the one who named it Summer Junior. And that's
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking.
so funny. Oh my God. And he's so for real. And he's always got his Publix stuff out there where he's eating Publix like bakery or Publix fried chicken.
Yeah. So what
So
kind of
funny. You
Oh,
must got
sorry,
a
I'm
call.
reading something.
What's blasphemous? I missed it.
What's blasphemous? Yeah.
I was just gonna say since I do have Goldie greens. Oh no.
That I don't like collards or that I don't like mustard greens.
I'm not a huge fan
Thank
of
you.
eating the mustard greens themselves though, Anne. I'm just that because they in my soil come out so hot. It's like shocking hot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I guess if I cooked them down with the bacon I'm not supposed to have now, I'm gonna miss bacon. And I get healthy bacon too. Oh,
Do you?
you're muted. You're muted, GT. Oh, it's okay. There. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna grow our own bacon. In fact, where
That's
we're getting
awesome.
our pigs from, they process their own,
Hmm.
and so I'm gonna ask them if they can film it with us and we'll process our own. And then she makes bacon and all of that stuff from her hogs. And I'm like, oh, girlfriend. And
Yeah.
she's like, anytime you ask me anything. And they live right here in our town. And so I'm like, girlfriend, you don't even know what I'm going to be asking you.
Yeah, Gardening Warrior, I probably will. I'll probably get the Applegate. I don't like that stuff that's all processed and they make it look like bacon. Applegate has that dark turkey meat that they use, and it's kind of safe, but I don't want anything that's modified too much. Like,
Yeah, that's
really
the hard
trying
thing
to
about some
stay
of the
away from
dieting
that.
foods.
Yeah, trying to stay away from Frankenfoods.
Yeah.
That's my next challenge. By the end of the year, I plan to get what a butcher, somebody that has a cow to sell and go with somebody and get half. Same thing with a pig. And yeah, that's my plan. All right. Well, I thank y'all. I just got to my shift.
Thank you for
My guy's
coming
out now.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you. All right.
Yeah,
Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Trust the process.
Yup.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we're excited. We're like,
Oh, and that would be hard. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. She converted
okay.
to Islam, and she said she didn't miss the alcohol, but pork was like her favorite meat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That would be like Robert trying to do that, and he's our friend who loves barbecue, but right now he's too having to go easy on the barbecue. So yeah, he feels your pain.
we don't eat a lot of. I was telling my husband, I said we don't eat a lot of pork. But when I really think about it, we eat a lot of Italian sausage, and that has a lot of pork in it, and sausage, are morning sausage and stuff like that. And a lot of that is pork.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
And I'm not supposed to even have like sausage unless I make it myself. And I just actually bought some for Theron and I get the turkey Italian sausage, which is like the Green Wise organic brand down here. But
mhm.
I mean, I really like real bacon. And I try to, I don't get, well, I don't try. I can't get the ones with the sulfites and the nitrites and the, all the additives they use. Like, I think it's like a celery, something
Yeah.
made from celery to preserve it to help.
No.
She
Oh.
dreams about pork chops sometimes. Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, I'm
Golly.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he loves all pork equally, especially if it has a good barbecue sauce on it, huh, Gardening Warrior? Yeah, I can't have barbecue sauce, but yep. And
Yeah.
now I
Not
got to go
unless you
back.
make it yourself, probably. Well, it's too sweet. All the sugar's in it too, right?
Yep, can't. Yeah, I can't have the sugars unless I do
Hey,
like a
Gear Garden.
stevia. Hey, here.
Good to see you, man.
Johnsonville mild Italian bratwurst.
I
Right
won't
stick
eat
that
Johnsonville
bacon.
anymore.
No, ribeye pork chops. Pork ribs. He's just tempting us.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
we quit Johnsonville and we quit whatchamacallit?
Smithfield.
Tyson chicken
Yeah.
because
Smithfield
of what
too.
they're doing.
Yeah. Smithfield's over in China.
Yep.
Them too.
Yep. Smithfield and Sara Lee and all of those. Good to see you, Gear. Yeah, we just are not doing it. Well, we kind of started with the Tyson chicken when we would go by. There's a lot of Tyson chicken factories, and they grow a lot of their corn here in Tennessee and
Mm,
Kentucky and stuff. And the smell that comes from those Tyson chicken growers is disgusting.
yeah.
It's
That
like,
was my
and
mom's.
then if you've ever seen a video,
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. No.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. My mom didn't want us. If we went to Georgia, she's like, I am not coming to visit or living up near any of the chicken houses because that's big industry in Gainesville, Georgia.
yeah,
And that was around where we were looking. We were in Brazelton at the time. And yeah, that smells not nice at all. Not nice.
no,
So yeah, I hear you. I haven't bought Tyson and I don't know how long. Although my kid will eat Purdue because she's a nuggetaholic, uh,
mm-hmm,
the refrigerated kind.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I have to start making more from scratch. Even with him, I was thinking that with the whole yeast overgrowth that I'm trying to clear my system of, he would
yeah,
benefit from that too a lot.
mm-hmm,
He would benefit from it.
yeah,
Especially I was just listening to one of the doctors today saying they injected, it was a animal study, and they injected the animal with yeast and just to check the brain, like how quick it can get up to the brain.
yeah.
And it was immediate. It was an immediate uptake. And
Ooh.
they were saying like how our blood brain barrier is not as solid as we thought all these years, and it flushes every night. So anything that's in your body can flush up into there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah, it was a thing on Alzheimer's and dementia. It was really interesting. I can't remember the name. I think it's Dr. Mark Hyman had it
Right.
on this morning.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, I'm not sure, Bob. You could be traveling on the other side. We can't quite see you. Am I in Oregon?
No.
You're in the side chat. There you
Yeah.
are. You're right there in the side chat. Silly.
Yeah. I sent you I sent you the link, Bob. So if you want to come up, I can send it again. I'll just put it in the chat.
Oh no, Anne. Oh my, yes. Put a diaper on that girl. Like she's got a cat. She's got to go get fixed because it's in heat.
Oh,
All the males
They-
are like, "Hey, what's
they
up?"
are nasty when they're in heat.
Mm-hmm.
I like cans or cats for catching mice.
Mm.
And
I like cats. It's just the hair that is hard for me because the hair
yeah.
sheds, and with our allergies and asthma, it's really
Hmm.
hard to keep on top of that.
I
And
can't have a cat in the house
yeah,
because of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's us. That's pretty much us too. Even though my daughter really, really wants one, and I'm like, we have no place for a cat litter box, and you have asthma, and so do I, and so does your brother, and that hair goes everywhere. I mean, I
Mhm.
watched it in my brother's room because he had a cat when he was living with my parents. And when he passed and I went in to clean the room, it was stuck to the walls down at the bottom,
Mhm.
like just stuck. No wonder why I was always sneezing in this room.
Yeah.
Pop,
Hey,
Hello, hello.
hello,
Yeah.
hello.
what are you up to?
Uh, just got off Steve's live, listening to him. Got all my tools out. I'm gonna get out my
Mhm.
electric lawnmower and cut the grass.
Oh, there
Nice,
you
Exciting,
nice.
life-changing stuff.
go. You're truly from Seattle. You have an electric lawnmower, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I weighed the difference. Like, I'll go out there and I hear my neighbors with their gas-powered mowers.
Yeah.
Pretty
Mm,
soon you see them loading it in the truck and going or whatever. And, I
Yeah.
went, no.
Yeah.
I'll just get an electric one.
I know. I used to have an electric one, and you push the button, and that's all
Mhm.
you hear.
That's
quiet.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a corded one. It's like just when it wears out, drive it down to the scrapyard, throw it in the bin, get rid
Yeah.
of it. $50, $80, whatever it was.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer. We have a Craftsman, so it's been hanging on pretty good.
Mhm.
But it's the old Craftsman, so once it goes, it's like we're not probably going to replace it with, the ones they call Craftsman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Honda.
Oh, Hondas are nice engines,
Hmm.
but my husband is so particular.
My husband won't do an electric one, but I don't think out here it would really work.
Mm,
But they do say though that some of the electric motors are
mhm.
stronger than the regular ones.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can believe it. I'm impressed from this cheap thing that I got. It goes right through everything. I mean, you saw
Yeah.
me on videos chewing up little tree branches and
Mhm.
everything. It just
Right.
ripped right through them. Yeah, I'm
I
impressed.
missed that video. Is it a Ryobi? Did you get a Ryobi?
No, just a cheap thing from Amazon for $100, $80, whatever it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if is it their Greenworks brand?
Yes, it is. It is. Yes.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I wanted to get one of
Mhm.
their the stick trimmers where you have the little mini chainsaw
Oh
on the
yeah.
pole, the
Mm,
pole
mhm,
trimmer.
I want
I
one
wanted
of
to
those too, really bad.
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I caught
So
it.
when
Yeah. I got
I
I got a
smacked
kitchen
it.
got a kitchen pass to get some kind of a chainsaw and knock back that
Mm-hmm.
cherry tree some more that's full of ants and rot and
oh
everything. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna have to call around and
Oh,
see
and sorry.
tree service to see if it would be more reasonable to just get the tree removed or
Where's the iPad?
I gotta
Go get the
weigh.
iPad.
yeah. Well,
Hurry up, Malachi.
do you have to get permission to remove your tree there?
Yeah.
Um,
I know in
I don't
Oregon we
I
had
don't
to.
know, but I'm gonna.
Turn it. It's easier to say you're sorry than What was
Exactly.
that?
My
Ask
mindset.
forgiveness. I forget the
Well, my
Ask
sister
forgiveness. Yeah.
in Portland, Oregon,
Mhm.
removed a tree, two trees. And it is not easier to say you're sorry because it is an $8,000 fine.
Ouch.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Well,
They
So
I
just
it's
live.
find her like right
Yeah,
off the bat.
yeah.
I live
She
in a
didn't get a
place that
chance to
has.
replace them. Golly, that's
She did there she did replace them. And that was her thing. She's like, I replaced them. And they're like, no, you owe us 8,000 for both, for each. So
oh,
$16,000.
oh my goodness. Were they on city like land?
No, they were on her property.
In
Oh, they're
Portland,
so
directly in
communist.
Portland.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
communist.
I'm not in a big city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I tried built Honda engine push mower for 6 years. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a cool neighbor though. He did offer. I think he's got one of those on a pole. He offered to come over and help me with his pole chainsaw thing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, let me consider it and see what we can come up with."
Yeah.
Because I, if anything happens, I sure don't want to be responsible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm skittish about.
Exactly.
He sure is a good neighbor though. He's the same guy that when we came back from the Philippines, he didn't see me for a while. He came knocking on my front door.
Oh, wow.
Are you
Oh,
feeling
That's
okay,
nice.
Pop? Because
Aw.
I had cancer treatment before we flew out,
Yeah.
and he came knocking on the door. I'm just checking on you, man. I hadn't seen you.
Aw,
Yeah. That's
you got
really
a
neat.
decent neighbor. Good.
A good neighbor, a good neighbor.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
put something in the private chat for you, Bob, when you have a moment.
Okay.
When you mentioned something, so I wanted to.
He
I had,
also offered me some bags of Scott's turf builder stuff, but I declined. No, no, no. I'm
yeah,
gonna stay organic.
good
Just
for you.
Yeah, it's better off to put your nice little compost that you grow on
Mhm.
Yeah, that you make.
Yeah.
on your
Yeah,
grass.
I agree 100%. Just that's why my little electric mower is set up for mulching. Just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
leave it right there. Leave it alone.
Yep.
You
And your weed and what do you call it? Tea. Like you can do that with the
Mhm.
Yeah.
weeds, and
Yep.
skins of your fruits, like you were doing
That's what
before.
we
Poo juice.
got a quote for fertilizer, organic fertilizer for our. We have 20 acres of grass that's coming in, and
Wow.
it's time to spray it with some fertilizer, and it was like $1,300, and so I'm like, I think I'm going to make some compost tea, honey. There's no
Mhm.
reason why that we need to pay that much.
Yeah.
Make compost tea for stuff that's just around the house. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know, Carol. I read your comment here, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I know. I don't know either who. And I tried to get in touch with them through Instagram. So we'll see. See what next thing is another way. But I hadn't gotten to tell you that. That's why I haven't been in there. So yeah.
I can imagine only one person who would do
That's what
that.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know, like, I didn't mean to do Steve like that, but that's
No,
what I'm thinking
I
too.
don't mean Steve.
No, I know.
He'll look you right in the eye.
Mhm.
He won't go do Weasley shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that same person hid themselves on
Hmm.
Facebook.
Oh, really?
So yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I can't believe like Anne's saying like they have to pay for a car over there and it's 3 times like it's so expensive. It's like a house.
Yeah,
And
that is
it's a
crazy.
luxury. It's like the luxury tax. And how many Americans don't think of, yeah, it's a luxury to have a car. It's just part of our
Yeah.
culture to drive to work, to drive,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
commute.
It is.
And if not that, of course, there's the buses and everything. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people in America that consider it a luxury. I'm not saying all America, but
Right.
Well, I
part
tell
of our
you,
culture a long time.
there is no bus service in this area anymore because
Wow.
the addicted folks from Seattle, Tacoma were getting on the buses and running through the neighborhoods during the day, breaking and entering and all that stuff, and they get on
Yeah.
a bus
Wow.
and leave. And so one by one, the small towns just shut off the bus service because of that.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
So, which would, yeah. So there
No,
goes
Wow.
a mess.
that happened in Portland too. Anywhere where the
Mhm.
tram went
Uh-huh.
through,
Uh-huh.
where they could get in and off really quick, like they
Yep.
would. There were all the Fred Meyers and the WalMarts that were on those lines shut
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Whoa.
I believe it. Yeah.
Gosh, that makes me nervous because we have a bus stop
Walmart is
like
no
right
longer
outside our
in Portland,
development.
Oregon. They left.
Yeah.
That's something. Wow.
Yeah.
I've been going to the same supermarket for quite a long time now, and I'm friendly with them, the
Yeah.
employees. And one of the employees shared some information with me about 2 years ago or so. She says
Mhm.
every day in that store is over $2,000 a day is shoplifted out of that store.
Wow.
Over 2,000 up to 10,000 a
Mhm.
day, every
Yeah.
day. You know.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, it totally is. I'm not looking
But
forward to
there's
coming here.
the laws against it are like hardly anything now.
Nothing.
They're flippant. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
purposeful. That's just
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
purposeful, sickening.
But that,
Um,
along with that mass transit stuff, we've got rail service, a commuter train that goes all over. And I remember one day, in one day, that commuter train was full of those addicted folks from Seattle.
Hmm.
And I started searching around, and I
Hear you.
found a video, a privately owned video, made by a fella and his wife, where Seattle solved the homeless problem. They did a great cleanup. Oh, look at how
No.
picturesque this is. They solved it. And then here's the mayor of Seattle. We have solved the homeless problem today. They put them on rail and buses, and they sent them out to the suburbs. Man, it's like what?
Hmm. They do that in Oregon too.
Same thing.
They
Yeah.
send them to the suburbs, and then it becomes a big problem, and then they go back, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's, no, thank you. I don't know what we're going to do. No. Right now we're okay because of our governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are.
I
You guys
like that
are
new
good about-
squatters law that they just passed there.
I heard about that. Mm-hmm. Mrs. told me about that in Florida. Oh yeah, no more squatting in people's homes in Florida. I
Yeah,
like it,
it's the
Governor.
opposite. I like it. Yeah, they got.
Mhm.
I thought you said you didn't like it. I was like, I like
Oh,
it. I don't want them here. Yeah, he's putting down laws so they can't pull their crap
yeah.
here. But how long do we have where he's going to be there before,
Yeah, that's the thing.
us too? Yeah, I thought I'd let you and Bob know. Yeah, that's
Oh,
scary.
I'll bring it back to gardening stuff.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
The other stuff is depressing.
I'll put out a video today or tomorrow about my saga of those damn fungus gnats.
Oh yeah.
I finally solved the problem.
What did you do?
I had to take all of my wife's beautiful house plants. I buy them for her,
Mm-hmm.
dump them. I tried everything you can think of, everything.
Did you
Nothing
dump this? Did you try just dumping the soil and getting new soil?
Well, I dumped the whole thing into the trash bin, everything, and I got new soil, and I'm cooking new soil right now before I
Right.
even touch it.
Because sometimes you can just replace the soil.
Yeah, that's what the gal at one of the nurseries that I go to. She says, "Oh,
Mhm.
you can take the plant and wash all the soil off of it and all that." And I went, "These things are already getting eaten alive right now, and they're in
Yeah.
shock." So I said,
I put one of those I have one that has fungus gnats on it, and I just repotted it.
Mhm.
And I might have to do that. But the stick, I have one of those plastic like sticker things in there where the fungus gnats just get
Mhm.
stuck to that, and the plant is now thriving. So
Yeah, I mean, I tried everything, and it took so long, and nothing worked.
mhm.
So they were going into shock. They're starting to like,
Yeah.
and I'll show you. I got a nuclear bug killer. I got two of them. One on the first floor, one on the second floor. I went all out. I mean, we're talking D-Day invasion here, baby.
Yeah.
Got a great big.
Right.
That works, man.
Yeah.
We're sitting there after she comes home from work, and we'll hear her in the kitchen. There goes another gnat.
My mother-in-law, yes, they do, Shani. My mother-in-law has one that she puts like all over the house, like these little fungus. It's just little ones, and they just you can barely hear them run. But I need to get Chris. Chris is like, how am I going to use my hot tub when, during the summer because of all the flies and the the what do you call them? Mosquitoes, because
yeah.
we are known for our mosquitoes big time here. I'm like, honey, get one of those zappers, because he wants to put, screen around the whole front porch.
Right,
And I'm
right.
like, well, just do the side where the hot tub's in,
Mhm.
to save
Mhm.
some money. But it's crazy.
Well, yeah, especially with all the trees around your place, that's where the mosquitoes hang out all day, is
Yeah.
in the trees, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just a little saucer with vinegar water, and
Tried that. And it
the
does
funny
work.
thing is the attractor for that bug machine is vinegar. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's
Hmm.
it's yeah, you just put vinegar water and a little soap. The soap keeps them in the water,
Right.
and
Oh, yeah.
the vinegar attracts them. And
Yeah.
you can put like a little saucer out, and you put like saran wrap over that, and then just put little holes in that, and they fly into that, and then they can't get out.
Yeah, I did that with soap and vinegar, and every couple days I'd have to dump that out because it was just getting thick with dead bugs in it.
Oh wow.
It was an absolute infestation. And no joke, every 2 days I'd have to slide the little tables in front of the window,
Mm-hmm.
slide them back, and there would be a row this wide all the way across the living room between
Right.
the tables and the windows of dead
Hey,
gnats.
bud files.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, yeah, we're done with this. Mosquito bits, neem oil, on and on. The
Yeah.
neem oil worked, but it only kills them on contact. I
Yeah.
tried the I tried the soap solution in there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I'm having a big problem with all my starts have fungus on it from the fungus gnats. And so
Oh
that's where I'm struggling. And my starts aren't doing really well, and my tomatoes aren't doing really well. And I usually do really good with starts. I've always had no problems whatsoever, but I got a bad batch of soil.
yeah,
And the one time in my life that I didn't, because I was doing it out in
same
the,
here.
take the time to
Hmm.
boil water and
Same
sterilize
here.
soil.
Same
And
here,
one,
Laura. Exactly the same.
yeah.
Same thing with me. I was all excited. Yeah, I got a big bag of potting soil at a
Mm-hmm.
decent price, and I started repotting the house plants, and
Yeah.
remember I showed you the little nasturtiums.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got those started, and I dumped those too because I dumped one of those little pots out, and inside there, in the bone meal and the blood meal, there were little maggots.
Mm.
It was just infested with maggots, and
Oh,
that's after I used the mosquito bits 4 times according to
wow.
instructions. It didn't do nothing to these guys. These are like
Wow.
nuclear, man. So, uh,
Yeah, they say not to buy soil that has been sitting outside.
right.
And the soil that I bought, because I was wanting to grow onions from seeds, and it didn't work out because of the fungus gnat problem.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
and because they were growing, and then all of a sudden the fungus got in there, and then they just stopped growing because
Yeah.
the fungus gnats eat the root.
Yes. Yes.
And so that was just crazy. I was like, I bought the soil, it was outside, and it was frozen because
Mhm.
that's the time of the year it was.
Yeah.
It had gotten wet and it was frozen. And it was just like, never going to do that again. I'll buy it online. Well, I don't even want to buy it online because I don't want to not see where it's coming from,
Right. Right. Yeah.
after that experience. So,
Yeah. So I replaced. I took that potting soil and I cooked some of it. A lot of it went in the yard waste bin. Just get it out of here. And then I had what was left. I filled in some low spots in my front grass, and I don't use all the insects that are in my front grass are natural insects, and these guys ain't going to stand a chance against the ants and the centipedes. They're going to get wiped out.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to restart some of mine, Shani. Especially, I wanted to really grow big with tomatoes this year, and
Uh,
I think I'm going to have to dump a lot of my stuff and just restart at this point.
Wow, it's that
That's where
bad.
I'm at.
All of them.
That's where I'm at. I had this little pot right here that I'm filling it up with cooked soil.
Yeah.
This was full of nasturtiums, and I was so happy they got this
Yeah.
big, and then they got about that big, and then
Yeah.
they just drop over.
Right.
You know, and then when
Well,
this was
because
the
they
pot,
lost their roots.
right? This
Yeah.
was the pot that I dumped out into the garbage, and
Yeah.
I saw all the larvae inside there.
Oh,
Holy, they were down in the bone meal and the blood meal.
Yuck.
Crying out loud, man. That's when I took them all and just in the garbage you go, out you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame because what our plan was to take all the house plants as for sustainability and not have to buy so many flowers. We just put the house plants out on the deck.
Yeah.
And I love the plant because I just surprise her with a house plant.
Yeah.
You know, and she was so appreciative.
Yeah.
And now they're all just wiped out.
I'm sorry.
I think I've got 2, 3, 4 plants left.
Yeah.
That's it. All the rest of them.
You can't. Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
That's the thing.
Man.
You can't bring them in and out. You just can't. Even here, it's even bad. And you guys did the soil drench, like the neem oil soil drench. Is that what I heard you guys said?
No, I didn't because I was growing. I was starting my starts outside in the shop, and that was the one year I didn't prepare my soil the right way.
Same here.
I paid for it. Paid for it.
Because I know the Rusted Gardener does a neem oil soil drench with, I think it's even, he puts a little bit of peppermint in it or peppermint soap. And he does a neem oil soil drench for his soil outside, but it takes care of all the bugs. And I'm like, maybe that would work for the gnats, the fungus gnats.
Yeah, I did a mosquito bits soil drench, but I had neem oil that I would spray them, and neem oil worked great because they died on contact. Just gone.
Well, he pours it in. He pours it like over. Yeah, he pours it through the soil, so it drenches the soil with it. The only thing is like, you know, if you have the casings for earthworms in there, it's gonna get the earthworms too.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're trying to start seeds, you're not that hugely concerned with the earthworms at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're more concerned.
No, I really kind of, as far as starts this year, just kind of felt defeated because of what I've had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are on the same boat, but I've never not done that. I've never, like, I usually put hot boiling water in my soil and, you know, mix that through. And that really has always worked for me. And I didn't.
Oh, have a good day, Ann. She's got to go.
Oh, see you later, Ann. Thank you for coming in. Bye, Ann. And I was really upset about it.
I will do the boiling water just before I plant because but I'm in here right now.
Yeah.
You know, with my little hot plate thing going on.
Yeah.
Keeping it dry because I know if I put boiling water on it and have no way to dry it, if there's one little gnat left, he's going to lay his eggs right in there.
Right.
You know,
that one spot.
That one
little spot.
Yeah. So.
Well, there's a definite balance too. You don't want it too dry and you don't want it too wet.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have that issue here.
I felt so stupid, but at least thank you, Laura. I don't feel so stupid because somebody else did the same mistake I did. Thank you. I appreciate
and I've been doing it for years. So I should know better.
Same here.
But you know,
it happens though. I mean, I don't even have soil. I've just got roots in here, and I've got the fruit flies around driving me crazy because I'm got to get my roots out to plant them. And I haven't done it yet.
Just kind of kicked myself when we were planning this house that I didn't make a grow room. You know, and it's like I should have done that. But I thought that I would have room in the
shop,
not the shop, but in the pantry, and we've got too many refrigerators and freezers in there. So I think next year they're coming out. and they're going in the shop, and then I'm going to take that space
Mm.
to have, so I can start everything inside. I can get the right soil, and
Yeah.
it's just going to be that way. So
Yeah.
because we're going to have to get more freezers anyways with the pigs coming in. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right
Mhm.
on. How are the? Yeah, I was so excited for you guys when you showed the pigs. I
yeah,
was like, yeah, look at them little bulldozers, man. They will tear out every blackberry root, everything.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Good for you guys. Good, good.
We are so excited for them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they'll
And
help.
that's the only thing that seems to be coming up in our new grass is the blackberry. So the stuff that's coming up in the new grass, I might just take the torch to. You know, we have one
Oh.
of those
Fun.
torches, and
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm,
I
mhm.
know.
I want one.
Yeah,
I could
my
really use
husband
it
starts
today.
fires with those, and it's like,
Yeah, I could
and
totally use it today because I've got those stupid pavers out there all of a sudden because we just got some rain.
mm-hmm,
All the like possible seeds that were in there for the years gone by have all sprouted between my
yeah,
pavers.
yeah.
Makes no sense.
I'm so happy though. We have like wild violet coming up,
Oh,
you know,
pretty.
and just really some really neat stuff that I've never seen before on our property. I'm like, oh, look at that violet,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I would like violets. Nope, not here. Oh, hello, chickweed. Anybody need some chickweed? Chickweed.
Yeah, I'll share some horsetails with anyone who wants them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, horsetails.
Uh-huh. Oh boy, last
We
year.
had so many horsetails when we were in Oregon
I don't
Yeah.
even
on our
know what a
property too.
horsetail is. I'm not even sure.
I'll look it up for you.
They're kind of like an asparagus, kind of.
Yeah, they look like an asparagus.
I wonder if you
Yeah.
can. Are they edible? Like a
Horsetails.
wild edible?
Mine are not anymore.
Yours no longer exists.
No, they're still out there, but I tried this
Oh.
vinegar, that vinegar, and bleach. Nothing killed them. Nothing killed, even bleach. So
Wow.
then I went and got Roundup, and that works
Mhm.
pretty good.
Oh,
But I got a tip from my next door neighbor, the good guy.
yeah.
He says, Bob, rock salt.
Hmm.
Oh,
Really? Because
that's cool.
Well,
this place was overgrown,
yeah.
and when with the last homeowner, and he would buy a bag of rock salt and pour it over top of the fence to keep the garbage from.
Get into his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what threw
Bob,
me
just
was
buy
I
rock
put.
salt.
Oh,
Oh,
that's what they look. Oh, they're funky
Yeah.
looking. They
Aren't
look
they
like
funky?
bottle brushes.
oh,
They look
honey.
Mhm.
green bottle brushes.
Uh-huh.
Just gonna go out.
Yeah,
Last
they
year, those
start
things.
off. They start off without these hairs on the top. They're kind of in the fern family, just like an asparagus.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They used to
They're
come up,
wild.
and the more wood chips and stuff you put down, the more that they come up. So they really like
So
our
you-
wood chips and stuff like
Oh
that.
wow, you can't
So-
really block them out with the wood chips.
No.
They love it.
Those things are like in the fossil records.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look very
They're
much like
ancient.
that. They look very
Mhm.
ancient.
They
They
are.
also look very Dr. Seussical, kind of.
Yes, they do. They do
They-
for sure.
They totally do. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have those. We definitely, but we have like mother-in-law's tongue, I think is its common name. And if you put it in the ground here, it's a house plant, it'll take off. And they're weird looking too. They're just like those blades of sharp things hanging, like sticking out of the ground. They're like
Oh,
yellow
wow.
and green. It's really
I've
weird.
s- I gotta go around with my camera and do all these identifying because I've got so many like wildflowers that coming up that are just so beautiful. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially in case any of them are toxic to your dogs,
Yes, exactly,
right?
exactly.
It's always that one you don't take a picture of that you're like, oh, I don't know why the dog is sick. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why.
especially with Bubba, he likes to chew on everything.
Yeah, we
Like,
saw
I need
that.
to investigate it and see if it's okay for me to eat. It's not okay for me to eat.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that
Here
was
we
a
go.
cute video of them.
These are chemical resistant spray bottles. You can get them on Amazon.
Mhm.
Even bleach doesn't tear these
Yeah.
things up.
We have
No.
some. Yep.
But
great.
yeah, that's the Roundup for the horsetails and the
Mhm.
morning glory, and This is dun 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 rock salt. I just put it in her.
Just don't mix the two
Yeah.
in case it's like a really bad chemistry experiment.
I hope you're using like a mask and
Yeah,
gloves and stuff when you're
exactly.
using the Roundup, though.
Yeah, definitely with the Roundup, especially having cancer because
I've
yeah.
got surgical gloves over here. Yeah,
Okay.
I use the surgical gloves with the Roundup, with the rock
Yeah.
salt. It's
Yeah. Yeah. The Roundup's got that class action lawsuit on it for
Mhm.
lymphedema or lymphoma. Lymphoma, I think it is.
Lymphoma.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
scary.
My mom uses it or loves to use it. My sister's like, you are not allowed. This is my property now. You are not allowed to spray Roundup. She's had breast cancer, so it's like,
Yeah, nobody wants that around. Yeah, once you've
well,
had breast
she had
cancer.
stage 2, so it wasn't, nothing to play with. And
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah. No, that's how I was glad to find out they don't use that, at least in my husband's company that he works
Right.
for. Because I was concerned about that he had been exposed. And he's like, oh, no, we don't use that one. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. He's like,
I know.
he's just bought it before because I've caught him with it before. And I'm
Right.
like, would you just round up that area? Because it died in a straight line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
kind of onto
Yeah.
you there.
Mhm.
And right now, I'm sure it's killing him not to round up our patio. Like that's
Yeah.
why I need to take care of it with something because I don't want him sneaking
Well,
out back.
you can get the vinegar
Yeah, I've
online
never had.
on Amazon. Just get
Never
like
worked for me.
15%. Never?
Mm-mm,
Really?
never
It
worked.
should because of the sun you have.
I know, but it doesn't.
Oh,
It doesn't.
weird.
It comes
Yeah.
right back. It'll
I-
wilt them a little bit, but they're like, heck no.
Mhm. I tried white vinegar and apple cider vinegar, and it killed most of the weeds.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it wasn't doing anything to the morning glory and the horsetails.
No,
Oh,
it has to
yeah.
be. Morning
It has
glory
to
is
be
just
like-
hard to kill.
Yeah,
It
yeah, they
is.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, we have spots where it's coming up and we're like, no,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
So, but we have vinegar that's 70%.
Yeah, you have the like hardcore stuff. That's true
Yeah.
too. I didn't use the hardcore. I used cleaning vinegar, but it probably wasn't like
No, you can buy the hardcore stuff on Amazon in little bottles. You don't have to get the big ones.
oh, okay. Maybe I'll try a little bit and see if that will, like you said. It might in that one area where it's really, really getting sun beaten on it. So bizarre.
Yeah.
Explain like my backyard.
Rock.
It's amazing that we can't grow like the stuff we want to grow, but weeds still come up.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, it doesn't bother them a
If
bit.
only our
man.
garden was like a weed, like that would be
Mhm.
great. Like,
Yep.
yeah. That's why I was looking up what native edibles grow that one time because I'm
Mhm.
like, if they're native, then they should be able to survive a little bit better. Because I can't seem to do the annual thing too much.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time as part of it.
I was going to grow
babysit.
passion flower here.
Oh, I have
I
one
don't
growing.
have to. It's on the property.
Oh yeah, you guys have maypop up there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. I don't have the wild one. I think I have the purple passion. I would like the maypop. I'd like them both.
Yeah.
Theron would like neither. He doesn't like any vines.
Right.
And that's
He's
just
not
from the
like-
business that he's in. Like
My
trying to
my mother-in-law brought us some honeysuckle, and so we're going to grow that up. I just planted it on the side corner of the house, and it's going to grow on the front of the house on the beams.
Oh, that'll smell really
Oh, that's
good.
cool. Nice.
But what
Yeah.
about the wasps and bees? Like right there near your front door from it.
We'll be okay. I'm not allergic.
Yeah.
Some of those wasps are really handy. Like we have the red wasps,
They're
and
beneficial. Yeah.
they attack the vine borers.
The hornworms. I know.
hornworms, yeah.
And lay those eggs. I forget who it was who said, oh, they threw
I
it
did
out.
that.
Did you
I
were the
actually
one who
did a
threw it
video
out
on
and didn't know?
because I
Yeah.
saw a hornworm
Yeah, I'm like,
and
no,
had all these eggs on it. I'm like, that is so disgusting.
she threw it away.
But, and then
But you didn't know.
because I mean the
Yeah.
hornworm was dead already.
Yeah.
So I threw it to the chickens, and I'm like, I'm taking care of the both of those bugs.
Yeah.
You know,
I
chickens
think
just
I was
love
the
it.
one who was like, no, that's a parasitic wasp egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew about it only because I was having problems with hornworms and I was trying to look for natural remedies for them. And we have wasps, but I have not found one that has those eggs. When I found a
Oh, really?
hornworm,
They're the
I don't know if
red wasps.
okay.
They're
We might not have that particular wasp.
yeah.
I don't think we have them here.
We have them here for sure.
Lucky you.
I just saw one a little bit ago outside the window, and I have to watch it because they keep on going underneath the stairs that we have into the tiny house, and so when I'm getting gardening supplies, I go through there.
Yeah, we have the paper wasp, I thought. That's weird.
Yeah, it reminds me with the rock salt. You look back in ancient history, Hannibal was one of the guys who came over he conquered Rome. Rome fell like 3 times, and Hannibal was one of them. He came out of North Africa, I think it was, and went over the Alps with elephants and came in and conquered Rome. So when the Romans finally rallied and came back, they went to his house. They went to his home, and they killed everybody, and then they salted the earth.
The earth. I've heard of that. That was who? Who was that? Hannibal.
Hannibal. Yeah, I think he was a North African. Yeah.
Wow.
They salted the
hardcore.
Earth. Yeah, it is. To wipe out the people and make sure they can never grow another crop for the next 100 years or whatever. Yeah, that's hardcore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used to salt the walkways, I believe. Was it in Greece or in ancient Rome? They used to use salt along the walkways so they wouldn't grow anything, like the pathways, to keep them open from things growing over them.
Wouldn't surprise me. Rome had the corner on the market for salt. They were in some parts of the world at that time. Salt was used as currency, an international form of currency. Yep. And the Romans had it. So I was like,
that's why they were so wealthy, and their ports too.
This is what we're talking about, guys.
Yeah, that's the eggs we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and that's exactly what I saw. Mm-hmm. And I think this shows the actual wasp that. Yeah, here it is, right here. Can you guys see that? I can't see it. It's right here.
Small brachnoid, I think, wasp.
Yeah. I wonder if I can make that bigger.
It's because mine is just small too. I only have a 13-inch laptop. I don't know if that's the one I just looked up then, is it? Small brachnoid, because the red wasp, hold on, is called genus Polistes. Polistinia. Where is that? This is called the Polistes carolina. That's the thing with common names is, yeah, I don't know. The other one is called, wait a minute, let me look at that picture again. Go back up to where we were at highlight. Brachnoid, or braconid, maybe? Braconid. Hold on. I'm going to look at that one up. Braco.
I bet your chickens made short work of that guy.
Yeah, right? They were so happy. God. Oh, it's really tiny, the one that does that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They're real tiny. Small wasp, narrow waist, long antenna, and ant-like heads, usually less than a half an inch. 1.2, yeah, 1.2 centimeters long, with a long black ovipositor, whatever, ovipositor. Oh, like an egg layer. Extending from their rear ends. Black is the apparent color at first glance, but many species have orange or reddish abdomens. Braconid wasps do not sting. So that's another thing that's great. They don't sting. So that's a parasitic wasp.
There you go.
So it's not the red wasp. That's the paper wasp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
this one is called a braconid wasp. Let me see if it has a common name. Oh gosh, what is this? Fine, just stupid cookie things. Hold on. In the garden, host plants flowers. It likes flowers. Thanks. That's so randomly.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the other wasp.
Adults lay eggs on. I'm trying to find if it's got a common name. I don't see it on this page. They just from the Braconidia family. Let me see that. Hold on, I'm coming back. And I'll share this. Yeah, they're tiny. That's it.
Yeah,
The braconid.
they look like flies almost. Like
Yeah,
if you
they're like
if you
parasitic.
saw it going through, it would look like a fly.
I see. Okay.
Let me hold on. I'll show you the one I
Disgusting,
looked
huh?
up from that article. They're similar. This one looks like an ant, basically. Looks like an ant with wings. They're really
yeah.
small. And then I had another. Hold on. There's the other picture that I had. Did it change over?
Yeah.
Yeah. That to the right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they look like too.
That looks familiar.
You might have them. I'm not
Maybe.
sure what it said. Let me
Yeah,
see what
what
let me
happened
click on it. Yeah, let me click on it again. It's going to do let me see if it says the range of where they are. Worldwide. Wherever moths
Right
and
on.
butterflies are common. So yeah, you probably
Okay.
have them.
Yeah.
So when you see a caterpillar bearing rice-like cocoons, allow it to feed until the tips of the cocoons open and a new generation of braconid wasps emerges, leaving a few broccoli stalks standing through the winter can provide shelter for braconid species that attack cabbage worms too. Yay!
Okay, so I had broccoli stalks sitting
So
all
then,
winter. So
there you
maybe that will help.
go. Yeah, you
Yeah.
helped them. You helped them survive winter.
Some
There you
habitat
go.
for them.
Yeah, give them habitat.
Well, good. Now I'm slowly taking down that broccoli and I'm putting it in my compost tea. So
Good. Yeah, it's some good stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was looking at some glass jars on Amazon for my own compost tea, but I already spent a whole bunch of money because I just got my pension check today or
Right.
last night. It was summertime fans and oh god, what else did I buy?
I mean, you can do compost tea in just a plastic container
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not going totally organic if it's in plastic, but
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to do the compost tea,
hmm
I know that Diva in the Dirt, she just puts hers in like a tote, and has a lid on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
a great idea. Also,
Yeah,
what Bob got from our suggestion was the gamma lids would be good for that too.
Yeah, the
Yep,
gamma lid
yeah.
bucket.
Because that peeling back, you don't ever want to do that on compost
Yeah.
like those teas, the poo-poo juice tea.
Yeah, yeah. What I did spend how much yesterday? Some home security stuff that
Mhm.
vinyl sheeting to go
Yeah.
over your sliding glass door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I spent over $100 on that stuff last night because
So if your window breaks, it doesn't.
right turns it into safety glass and
Yeah.
and a little kit to help put it in. It looks pretty simple, at least on the Amazon video. It looked pretty simple, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about time to quit thinking about it and just damn it do it.
Mm-hmm.
Put it over our sliding glass door to start with and a couple of the other windows on the first floor. That's what I spent some of my pension money on last night.
Yeah.
I need to put up my thing for my grapes. I've got to get that up, and I realized, shoot, I should have gotten 2 6-footers because I've got to bury so many feet under the ground.
Yeah.
Instead, I got an 8-footer. I got an 8-footer, and now it's going to be like what, up to my belly button once I plant them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my husband will not be too happy with me when I'm like, I need another 6-footer, and I'm just going to cut a foot off of this one because, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about what I got to bury under the ground. I was just thinking, I can get 2 4-footers, and I'm thinking 4 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I could do? Maybe I could still go get those things that you guys use for the cattle panels
Mm-hmm.
and put them on. I could probably put them underneath that, like just put
Yeah.
those over top somehow, maybe,
Right.
and still keep the 4 feet and drill a hole through it, and then wrap my wire actually around the post instead, and cap it and make it look still nice in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing with HOAs. In case they peek over, it's gonna
Yeah.
look kind of nice.
Yeah. There's
But
benefits to an HOA, but that's one of the reasons why we bought this place. There's
yeah,
none,
Right.
no,
yeah.
I don't want an HOA next time. Yeah, I would like not to have one. But there is benefits right now, though. A lot of
Yeah.
people in Florida are not feeling the benefit. They're taking more money.
Right.
We
There's like,
in this dead end here, we police ourselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, we were in that same situation. We didn't have a HOA where we were in Oregon either. And
Mhm.
I mean, you get to know your neighbors, I think, a little better when you don't have an HOA
Mhm.
because you have to deal with them. You
Right.
can't just go report them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And there was one guy, his fences were falling down, and their solution was, okay, we can get together and let's all go talk to him and then offer to help him put it up,
Yeah. That's a good way. Yeah. Mhm.
And so,
Yeah. My neighbor approached me about something like that because my fences are falling down. And okay, last winter, the back fence between the couple behind us,
mhm,
that fence did fall down, and he and I both got out there and we've mended it. And he and I made a verbal agreement that this summer we'll go in halves and replace the fence.
yeah,
So I told the wife, budget that in. We're going to have to spend some money to get some wood and concrete and all that.
yeah,
They're a couple from Bangladesh. Awesome guy. But my other neighbor, the guy that was real helpful, he goes, "Hey, can I interest you in doing some fence fixing?" I said, "Okay, Brian, here's the deal. I already made an agreement to get that back fence. Then I got to get a gate,
mhm,
and I showed him, I got to prioritize this stuff, but I said, I'll get to that fence over there, but you just got to give me time." But
yeah,
because he knows me as a man of my word,
right,
yeah,
yeah,
really good.
I understand. We police ourselves. We don't need somebody to
Yeah,
come in and yeah.
I think it's I understand, like, some of the colors you can only do these 4 colors, or that's kind of ridiculous. But when you drive around some areas and you're like, that's an interesting color, hot pink on your house, okay. It's like, do you sing the Barbie song too?
Oh, I saw a prize winner. I look around at flags and bumper stickers on people's cars. I want to know
Mhm.
who lives around. Okay,
yeah,
one guy's got the trans flag out there and a bunch of signs around, and yeah, you know what he has for decorations on his front porch is human skeletons.
oh, pleasant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
And
really
then
pleasant.
another house this way has BLM all over it, and it's like, yeah, great.
You're in that zone where it all started. Lucky,
Yeah,
lucky
yeah.
you.
Yep.
Laura
Yeah,
was smart. She made the great escape and got the hell
right.
out of there.
I would like to make the great escape too, especially if we
Yeah.
lose our governor. I'd like to do it before we do.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's going to happen with that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
really like that law he put in place about the no squatting law.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really neat.
That's
They
that.
did
I
that.
mean that does everyone in the population a favor right there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because anybody can have that happen to them.
Right.
You could go to work and come home and somebody's in your house.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Anne was saying over in South Africa, you have to go to court to get them off your lawn if they just take up on your lawn in South Africa. But we know about South Africa. It kind of kicked off there too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a training ground.
Right.
Sadly. Really a shame.
I remember I watched that for a little while, and I noticed one of their new government officials wearing a bright red beret, and I went, I know what that red means. That's communist.
Yeah, exactly.
No thanks.
No, thank you. Exactly.
You're right. Right.
Well, I'm gonna go out there and cut my grass. So it was nice talking to you, ladies.
Yeah.
You. Did you see the other message I left you though, Bob, before you leave? I left one in the private. Just so you know, on that note of the red beret. We heard that person talk about how they respected Marx one time.
Oh, yes. I've heard him say just that right there.
Yeah, you
and
I
did.
Because, and I forgot until somebody else brought it up. That they are that way.
They're just gonna go throw washing machines down in the holler. I'm like, and Karl Marx. I got you lost me right there. Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
I know. Marigolds. That's what we're talking about. Yes, marigolds.
Yes.
We didn't say that other name. Nope.
You're growing marigolds. I'm going to grow some marigolds too. That's awesome.
Yeah, I need some marigolds to grow.
If I grow marigolds, do I have to get a hatchet and chop up my corn too? I'll never forget that video Gear put out. My corn didn't grow so well. He took a hatchet. Bad corn.
Yeah, you got to give corn a lot of nitrogen. And Gear, I didn't have very much luck in the Northwest growing corn either. It doesn't.
Yeah, here I guess they grow it, but I have not grown it yet. I want to. My dad tried, but I don't know how much he amended the soil, but I think that one corn stalk that came up is when he saw how sickly it looked, and he's like, I'm not going to be gardening.
They love the nitrogen. And that's the thing that we struggle with in our soil. So I'm going to grow a bunch because of the pigs. Between us and the pigs,
Good fodder. That's good fodder for the pigs. They love that stuff. Yeah.
There might be a certain one that grows well in your area too from the Native Americans that were there.
Yeah, I need to look into that because right now I just have burpees corn. So we'll try that. But
I'm curious.
I need to really get into that. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions. It's too bad Barry's not in here. Maybe he could suggest some. But I need to start getting to know my neighbors who grow stuff. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to bounce, ladies. Good
to
catch up with you. Time
Have
to
a
cut the
good
grass.
one, Bob. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Marigolds.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Wow.
You got a lot. Jolly gesture. I've never even heard some of these. I can't even say that. Dante Marietta. Helichrysum. I want to grow those. What is the deal with that one? Like, what's the good thing to do with the helichrysum, or however you say that? That's the one they used to do like an essential oil out of that's supposed to even help with pain. I have butterfly weed. That's something I definitely have. Well, it's milkweed. It's milkweed. They call it butterfly weed too.
Yeah.
So blanket flower, I don't know if I have. I've seen balloon flower, 5-spot, Johnny Jump Up, and Sweet William. Pretty, Gear. Sounds so like it's going to be gorgeous.
I just have my perennial mix here that I'm going to be putting out.
My frangipani is coming back, or my plumera, as they call it too. Hold on.
I have all kinds of mullein coming up everywhere. It's just crazy.
You need to dry that out and sell it on Etsy.
Is that what you do with it?
You can, yeah. Why not? Yeah. If you got a lot of it, people want that. Wild grown mullein, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if I had that. Mine
Mm,
tend to grow and then just melt
okay.
in the sun.
So maybe I should send you some, huh?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, like, you got a lot of it. That's money right there.
Okay.
Might sell on
Well, I
Etsy
didn't know
as
that, so that's
teas.
good to know.
Yeah, might sell as teas, and people buy it too. They smoke it. I can't smoke that.
They make tea out of it for the allergies. I
Hmm.
wonder if I could do that.
For mucus removal, like it removes the mucus.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you just dry it out for that?
I imagine that's how you do it with the tea. You would have to look it up because
I'd have to.
I didn't get a chance to do it because mine was there one day. I walked out the next and it was melted into the ground.
Oh,
Just like what happened with the mustard greens. I
yeah.
went out and, it's like, these were really dark green yesterday. What the heck? Sun.
Now they look like
Uh,
they're off white.
yeah. They're like yellow off white. What is up?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
can't believe how the sun can just bleach plants out so quick.
I got some, what do you call them? Collard greens. I did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the
One of
same
our days
thing.
got to 90 already.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah.
Yeah. That's right. A couple places had that. And Yossi showed me, he was like, they have 2 days of 90s right now. And then I think he'll get a little bit cooler.
Hmm.
And
We're
at
going to
least
get
having
cooler
cooler.
then.
Yeah, we're having cooler weather. When we went to the beach for that day, we had to within an hour and a half because the wind chill, like just we were getting really cold as
Oh,
Floridians.
wow.
Probably anybody else who's not from here would be like, "This is the perfect day. Oh, it just
Yeah.
cooled off a little
The
more."
perfect weather.
Yeah, for us to burn because like you don't feel it when it's weather like that too.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
saw these young guys and he was red already, and it was
Oh,
it was later in the day, but I'm like, if I can see that, if you're not from here, go get solar cane because you're gonna
yeah.
hurt. You're gonna be hurting tonight.
That would be me. That's what I do. Is
Yeah.
I was just, what was it? Just working in the garden the other day when it was going to be 90 that day in the morning, and
Yeah.
my husband's like, okay, time to go inside. So
Yep.
he's like, where's your hat? Why
I
aren't
know.
you
I
wearing
get
your
like that too. Even Diva said she did that too. Like she wasn't thinking and didn't get her base tan first, and she
hat?
she got a little burnt.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do. So, yeah, I need a nice hat for right now. I don't think I have like a really good gardening hat. I have a cute hat, but it's not really for gardening. I need a gardening
I
hat.
have a couple of those.
Yeah, I need
Here,
a good.
what are you growing other than flowers? in your garden?
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
the food?
dear. Come
What?
on.
Come on. You can't just keep making all those salads with marigolds. Somebody's gonna be like, can't do anymore. Has a really weird taste.
Can you eat marigolds? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
You
can.
can?
Yeah, I wouldn't. They smell disgusting to me.
Oh,
But
I hate the smell of them.
I'm pretty sure they are an edible flower, right, Gear?
My husband doesn't like the way that they look, and he's like, I
I
had these like huge patches of marigolds growing
Mhm.
in my garden, in my vegetable garden last year. And he's like, why are you, those are so ugly. I'm like, hon, they take care of bugs.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
And they
I
just,
think they're a pretty flower. I just don't like the smell. I must be part
right.
insect, I guess. I don't know.
I don't like the smell either.
It's just so
It just drives me
wow.
nuts. And I planted like 2 roses on the front, off the front porch, and then that
Pretty.
honeysuckle, and it's going to be so fragrant in the front, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go out there other than
Yeah,
to
that's
take
what I was
care of.
thinking. Like the
Yeah.
wasps, the smell with your allergies, and I
Yeah.
just didn't want to say
But
it.
my
I'm like,
mother-in-law loves it, and I'm just like, she bought the honeysuckle.
where's her room? Just get her an arch and put it right around her window.
Well, it's right outside her window is where I
Oh,
put
is
it.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was
So
sweet.
she's like,
Arch
she's
it
so
around.
funny. She's like, she could go out and sit on the front porch, but she won't even do that. She's like, I can open my window and smell it. I'm just like,
She doesn't even want to go. She's just not the outside type.
she's not the outside type.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the
My
bugs.
mom wasn't either. My dad would work outside all the time, and my mom would go out in the beginning when they first moved down, but she got tired of it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
But she also got busy inside with the, grandchildren coming along. But she did like the pool. It was the coolest thing I found.
Oh, I
And
do
she,
too. I do too. And now they're starting to flower. I don't know. Do
oh, the
chives
chives.
flower on the first year? Because mine didn't. And now
I've
they're starting to
never had flower for me,
flower.
which was a bummer. They got real big, but they just never flowered. I
Right.
don't know why.
Maybe I just didn't have,
I wonder if it's different cultivar.
yeah, maybe.
Right? I would love that too, Gear. He says he loves your porch with porch swing.
I know we need a porch swing. We
Mhm.
do.
Porch swing or two.
I would love one of those swinging beds. Those,
Oh, yeah. Those were so
especially if it
nice for
was
nap.
like, yeah.
Mhm. Yep. As you head into like fall when it starts to cool off just a little bit.
There's
Mhm.
less bugs.
Yes. I would love that. That would be really nice too. Yeah, fire pit visible from it. Yep, Gear. Sounds nice. Or just put one of those outdoor fireplaces that, you can also use as the top part, maybe a pizza oven on that. Yep.
Yeah, we were gonna do the pizza oven, and then we decided not to because
Time.
I'm like, I have my stone in the stove and it works fine.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
what if you don't have an oven? You can always shoot for it later.
Yeah,
Like
that's
do a
true.
little outcrop patio, like off the patio, and put your little pizza
Mhm.
oven right there, and do like an
Yeah,
outdoor
we
kitchen.
can. We
Mhm.
can.
You got the
Mhm.
room for it, girl.
Oh yeah, we do.
Wow.
I know we're talking about moving our tiny house and making it into like a studio or an office.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Or your
So,
grow room.
mhm.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Or where you are now, yeah, move the office over there and
Yeah.
make that your grow room where you're
I
at.
was telling Chris we have to take down the plastic that's around the top of our shop.
Yeah.
Because of the storms. I'm sure it's going to get old.
Yeah. That's
He knows it's going to
awful.
rain tomorrow. We might have to go put wood up tonight.
Oh man. Yeah, that was terrible. I was really surprised because we use it here, like a certain type
Mm-hmm.
called Lexan or Lexane,
Mm-hmm.
and the wind doesn't usually remove it like that. That was I mean, maybe because it's like straight into wood.
Yeah, and yeah, it
Did they
is.
do the wing nuts on it?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's just probably because
But
it was,
we have bad winds. Like
yeah.
there's like 30-mile-an-hour winds
Oh,
on a
yeah.
regular around here.
Okay. Just
you
kept
know,
wear and tear.
yeah.
Okay.
You can see right where it was put into the wall. It
Mhm.
jiggled and jiggled and jiggled and just
Oh,
came out.
wow. It probably needs that, like down here when you put up hurricane panels on the bottom, you have a metal track.
Mm-hmm.
Did they put a metal track on the
Yeah.
side to block?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shut up. And it took it off from the metal underneath the metal
Mhm.
track?
Mm-hmm.
That's
So we're
nuts.
going to take that all down and maybe closer to the ground it will work because I was thinking we could use all that plastic to make a nice greenhouse.
Yes, that would make a nice greenhouse, but that's crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
realize like you guys did the track and everything and it ripped it out. I've never heard that before. Wow. That's scary. Because we get winds too, like our tropical storms and everything, but then again, it's anchored into concrete here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that might be just the difference. It's the material it's anchored into. Or if you aren't going to use the tiny house, if you sell it all and dump loads of good soil. Oh, instead, yeah. Like a trade-off. Like a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Just give her like the garden that goes on forever. She'll never be able to come inside the house, Garrett. It's
I
already
know.
pretty huge.
It is getting bigger already.
Oh, I just lost signal or something. I don't
You're
know what
still
happened.
here. I can still see you.
There it goes. Okay. It just everything froze.
Yeah.
For a sec. I don't know what happened. But yeah. You definitely I was like, wow, when I saw it. So were some of the people in Messenger like, dang, Laura's garden just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. It's huge. Look at all those.
I know.
Like, and we're not jealous. We're just so happy for you. But we're thinking, like, how does she have all the energy? That's what Homestead Aquarius said. He put your video. I think he put your video up or a picture of you in the garden.
Yeah.
And he's like, Laura needs to bring some of that energy here and help me out on my land. I was like, yeah, right. I need some too.
I was just looking at my onion beds, and I'm like, oh man, I got to weed.
I know.
Been putting all that nice little nitrogen in there, and the everything else is coming up too. So yeah, he was like, he commented on something, and he's like, you have all that garden space, and you're adding outside. I'm like, yeah, dude, I gotta grow, for like a year. Gotta have put like a year's worth of food away, that's the plan anyways. So
yeah, I have so much weeds. I can't imagine. Like, and I would need to stack the beds that I have right now because I'm not going to be bending down that low this year. I'm not there yet.
I might
just
have to go there too. I might have to go to the Amish greenhouse too in town and get me some.
Oh, I wish I had an Amish greenhouse. What are you doing? Give me my head thing, kiddo.
My sister-in-law just got me a rhubarb from there. Traded me some eggs for rhubarb.
We're tropical growers, but you never know. They're definitely not the Amish. You never know. Every nursery has a different feel here.
You think that there would be some Amish growers down there? I mean, they all like to vacation there.
I know.
Why? Have their own, like, community area, right?
It's probably the land cost. That's what it is. And then the insurances and stuff that you have to have here. It's probably it just was too much, or I don't know. They
don't really like Tennessee either, but they like Kentucky, and it's just right on the
cheaper
other side.
land. Kentucky has cheaper land, and that's probably are they in Alabama? Because I noticed, like, if I go right up to the line, Florida, and just cross over, wow, what a difference!
Yeah,
wow, it's unbelievable. And it's like, dude, there's just an imaginary line there. Why is it so expensive? Because it's Florida there, and then you just hop over the imaginary line, and Alabama is so much cheaper. Like crazy.
Oh wow. See, ours is more expensive than that gear.
Wow, nice gear. Okay, I need to move near gear. That's great. That's pretty great.
That is pretty great.
That is pretty great for it. Yeah. And then, of course, you check them to see if they've, double sewn something.
Yeah.
To get, even more for your money.
Yeah.
That's what I've done with the name brand ones. But now I'm afraid to bring them in because that's what gave me the root knot nematodes. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we already have it in our soil. So it was either the bag soil that I brought in that had it.
Yeah.
Or it was the starts. But it seemed like the two areas that struggled with it the most are where I brought in starts. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's the starts that I brought in had it. Thank you, book. Hit it. Blowing it up over here. That's his new thing. Hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it. He goes around and says that. Hit it.
Jonah loved that too. He'd do that.
He just put his fist down. Yeah. He won't blow it up yet, but he used to. That's what bugs me. I really think something happened while he was having visits. I think something happened.
Yeah.
He had it seemed like a little more with it. And it's like you even look at him as a baby and just laughing and engagement with, I have a video of him engaging with the puppies and stuff. And it just seems like something happened, which is totally possible because, they're not, when there's so many kids, they're not watching like they should be.
Right.
But he's doing pretty good.
They were supervised visits then?
They were at the office where, they all met up and then somebody was supposed to be supervising them and taking notes.
Yeah.
But some of the things that happened, that person also had to be in charge of multiple
Right.
people, like not just her and him, but the whole family visits were nuts
Mm-hmm.
with all the kids. She ran off with one of them one night.
Oh.
The brother right above him.
Mm.
So I don't know how it wasn't him, but it wasn't. No, I'm saying if
Right.
they are that cheap. Oh, if they're that cheap, you're going to get them. Oh, got it. They're not that cheap.
I hope they're that cheap.
Yeah, I
That'd
hope
be
you get
nice.
them that cheap.
I think the ones that we get are like $3 a plant.
Yeah.
But you
Not
really have to watch it because the soil is really poor that they have them in.
Oh.
They dry. But it
Yeah.
seems that way everywhere. Like, go to Tractor Supply and you buy something. They don't water their starts hardly ever. If they do. It's like, really? And then they like put their plants half price and you're like, it's still not worth it because this plant is dead because it's
Yeah.
you know,
No,
so.
I know. That's here too with the same thing. Like if you go to the nurseries, you can tell they use native soil and maybe amend it a little bit or put in like the fertilizer that takes a while. I can't think of that word.
Slow release fertilizer.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. Yeah, the slow release. You see the little beads in there, and it's like, but then you see all their things that they have there that I don't necessarily want here. All their weeds. I don't. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And it might be nematodes too. That's why I kind of keep stuff that I bought in nurseries. I usually try and keep them in their own pots. And as far as that, but that's after this happened.
Yeah.
That's
what I use too, gear is red solo cups.
Yep. Always reminds me of Jess. Every time I see the red solo cups of watching her for the first time.
She started a market in her town and she was taking seedlings to that.
Oh.
And she was using red solo cups in the Easter colors.
Oh, cute.
Hey, Wickeshire. Good to see you. So, yeah. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. That would be so cool to live near them.
To
be able to get some of her starts.
Yeah.
I'd be like right away on YouTube. I got Jess's start.
Well, and she's there at the place too.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that would be awesome.
If I could go, I don't know how far away she is.
Yeah, I'm not. She had even mentioned like kind of the area she was in one of her videos.
She's in South Carolina.
Yeah, she's in South Carolina, but she said kind of what it meant, what area it meant. She
even said the town, but I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the video and then write it down. Because that seems to be the only way I remember towns and stuff if I write it down,
Yeah, exactly.
Memory lock.
Yeah, I know, me too. Same thing.
So what are you getting started, Wickeshire, in your garden?
Me too, Gary. I love them too. Ooh. More gas cans for your handheld torch. Cool gear. But it sounds dangerous. Gas cans.
Well, I use propane with my
I think that's what he means. I hope. I hope it's not gas, actual gasoline. I want to get one of those because that would make this so much easier. But I'd want I know they have that surround. Can you still? I guess you can because you're using the
you can turn it up and turn
it down. Focus it down so it's more of a fine line. Make okay.
Yeah. No, Chris loves to do it to start the wood that we have out here. We need to get those fires going. Now that we'll wait until after the rain goes through because I need some biochar, man, in my garden. Yeah. Do you ever do that? Add the biochar or anything to your garden?
Me, I would have to purchase it because right now I can't fire up any biochar. I have purchased the all natural charcoal and done that
Mhm.
with poo-poo juice and then just kind of fished it out
Yeah.
of the poo juice kind of thing
Mhm.
and used that. And it really worked well. And some of it broke down, but that was like my first batch. And I ended up like kind of lining my amarilla,
Mm.
amaryllis
Yeah.
with.
Gardner was doing that the other day with. He just went to the dollar store and got some natural hardwood charcoal.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I
and
I
then
didn't know the
soaked it.
dollar store had them.
I don't think they do. I think what he was talking about is Dollar General.
Yeah, maybe Dollar General because the Big W had it before, and that's where I got it. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I still have some or not, but that's how and at first I was afraid I killed them because it just looked so heavy when it went
Mhm.
down. But then no, they came back and they loved it. They started blooming. They loved it.
I think I'm gonna make some. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, good to see you.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Suburban Hillbilly.
That's awesome. Thank
Thank you.
you.
A mini dragon. Interesting. Lots of kale. You'll be
Yeah,
nice and clean
you
on
like
the
kale?
inside. You'll be that chard though is loaded with oxalates, Billy. So be careful with
Mhm.
if any of you have issues with your kidneys and kidney stones.
Yeah. Break it down to
Broccoli,
small
Brussels
chunks too.
sprouts. Nice. Really nice, Billy. Can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to write that down. Thank you so much, Suburban Hillbilly. Yeah,
That is cool.
I know. I didn't know they had a smaller version. Maybe I'll be allowed to get one. I don't think this month. I think I've gone through our whatever extra because of Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Any of those holidays eat into that
Yeah, they
because I
do.
try to do just like one big shopping and be done with
Mhm.
it. But then I always end up having to go back. Like this
Right.
time though, it was for Hannah. She needed her lunches and stuff.
It's April 1st today.
Yep, I know, crazy day to start a new job. I was like, "Are you sure they really meet like they are hiring you? Are you sure this is for real?
Yeah.
Like
Are you sure? I
they're
know.
starting you on April Fool's Day. Are you sure?"
I was
Yep.
shooting a little bit of video and I was like, yeah, and I'm using poop juice and doing this and I'm not being April Fooly.
Yeah.
I'm really using this stuff.
The poo poo juice. Yeah. I think if they've been around for a bit, yeah, that's true.
That's a good idea. Anything if you can grow it.
Mm-hmm. Kale's good. Kale, I like kale.
I
I just
like
can't.
kale
I
chips.
can't go crazy on it because I'll like break out. It
Yeah.
like it's too cleansing. It's so cleansing. I have the benzoatine torch from Lowe's. Oh, okay. But does it have the long wand? Like I need the long wand because it's for the pavers. I can't be down on my like hands and knees
Yeah, I got
and stuff.
which one did we buy on Amazon? You could probably use that one. I don't think it was that expensive.
And you just hook it up to
Yeah.
the same
Mhm.
thing. Like I could take it off of my grill and use
Right.
that propane same time. Okay.
Yeah. See if I can find it. You buy too much on Amazon because it's so convenient when you're rural.
Right. I know. I totally understand that.
And for you, it's convenient because of kiddo,
Mhm.
I'm sure.
Yeah. This is the hard part of like, yeah, I'm going to have to put him back in the car, go get her. Then we come home and he gets mad. Like, just because he's not used to it yet, but also because he's expecting something that I have no idea what he's expecting. I just check Amazon. They don't have the same brand. Look up mini weed torch. Okay. Thank you. gonna have to go soon just to get him ready and head out to go get her after.
Now here's the bestseller, and this would work for you. $42.
Mm.
Spendy.
Gear said he's asking, does Amazon deliver up to your house, or do you have to go to the edge of your property?
I have to go to the edge of the property. They don't want to come down our driveway. It's
yeah. Because I know Barry's not even as big a property as yours, and he says the same thing. He goes down. Sometimes the guy will come up.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're getting better at coming up because his is steep. Like, is that what the deal is with you guys? Or?
No, it's not steep. It's just we
Really
have they don't like our rock. It's not rock. It's
weird.
chert.
Okay.
And there's some muddy spots, so it gets pretty slick because it's worn down.
Oh, okay.
And even though we've worked on the road, the couple big rains that we had knocked it out.
Oh man,
and it got worse again.
15. Wow, that's a lot of plants to keep up with.
That is, well, yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. Can you plant them that early? I can't plant my tomatoes that early.
No, he's got them in 16-ounce cups.
Oh, okay.
Planting them in 16. I know I missed that at first too. I didn't finish the sentence. I was
Yeah,
just like,
I might redo that. Or restart some tomatoes. I was just looking over here. I need some more of these. And I think
are most of them determinate, Billy, or a mixture of indeterminate and determinate? What
There's
about
a big
you,
difference.
Laura? Is yours a mixture of?
But most of my determinants died because of the stuff that we had the fungus.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but because I was going to do some hybrid determinants just because I thought that they would be more disease resistant.
Yeah,
and I need to grow lots of tomatoes, but yeah, if you got indeterminate, you better have a nice big trellis, buddy.
That's the problem is like I want to make the sauces, but now I'm not eating nightshades.
Yeah.
So
but you make the sauces for your family, right? Or do you?
Yeah, but like that's the hard part. Like Theron does not care what he eats. So this year I was like, you don't care what you're eating. I'm not putting forth that effort of growing something I can't eat either yet. I'll learn it. I'll learn some other skill. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
To do the pot. Yep.
Yeah, they will stay smaller in pots for sure.
Well, just even if he puts the determinate in pots, they don't need that much room as like the indeterminate. He said
but if you put an indeterminate tomato plant in a pot, it'll stay smaller.
It'll dwarf it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Because
go ahead.
They can't spread out their roots unless you have a longer pot where you put the stem in, and then you grow it up. Then it will develop more roots in a smaller space. But yeah.
Yeah, I have that when I do the Everglades, they're pretty much indeterminate. They grow like big old bushes. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're nuts. But they taste so good for such a tiny tomato. They have so much flavor. The only thing is I would have to pressure cook them, I think is what Dr. What is that doctor with the lectins? Gundry. He was saying to combat the lectins, you pressure cook them first.
Yeah.
Not just pressure can.
If make sure you take the skin too.
Yeah, if you're leaving the skin on, he was like you pressure cook them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you pressure cook them. I don't know how long under pressure. Not really sure, but that also would make a quick work of making the tomato sauce.
Right.
You know,
it would. But the thing about leaving the skins on, they're more bitter too. You fight that bitterness when you turn
Mm.
sauce.
Yeah, I don't know about. I'm not sure. They are really. They can be a little bit acidic. It's just weird. They're so tiny, but they taste kind of like a full size little
Tomato,
tomato. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
they're a good tomato. But I mean, they're tiny, like tiny toms. They're small little tomatoes,
Oh, okay.
but they grow crazy here. They do really well here. At like now, like I could still grow them now. The regular tomatoes, no.
Right.
Everything eat them now, and they'll get blight.
Yeah.
But that's what was made me so sad was the bed that got the root knot nematodes. I had them coming up on their own, and I had to
Oh,
pull them to let the mustard greens do their work. I had to-
right.
so that that was kind of sad.
You couldn't.
I should have pulled it and put it in a pot, but they already had the root knot nematodes. Even
Oh,
this high, the
wow.
tomato plant below, all those roots are already the root knot nematodes had found them and were in them. No to rosemary. Rosemary is an excellent herb. What?
Mhm. I love
Lavender
rosemary.
won't grow too well here. And rosemary, it's kind of the same. Like you grow it in the shade to
Right.
keep it alive, which is really odd because it's
I need to.
Mediterranean
Yeah,
herb.
I need to move my rosemary. It's in the front in the
Yeah.
sun,
I
and
think
it. I have
go
to
ahead.
bring it in the winter. I think because it got singed
Mm.
in the winter.
Yeah, I think ours is because they get too wet here because it is a Mediterranean plant and it likes it a little bit dry.
Mm-hmm.
But lavender, I haven't had any.
Lavender does great here. So
Yeah.
you need to grow some lavender. Plus, it keeps mosquitoes away. So I'm going to be growing some crazy lavender as soon as I can
I
get my
love
seeds.
fresh lavender. Yeah, you should just do a whole field, Laura. There you go.
Mhm. There you
Lavender.
go.
That's what would smell awesome around the house.
Oh, it would.
Lavender
It
field.
would.
Oh my goodness. They
Yeah, it
used to have
would.
they had a place like that in PA. It smelled amazing. It smelled so amazing.
There
Nothing like
is. Yeah. Chris used to work at a nursery
it.
as an accountant, and you and they grew most of the plants for the Northwest. They grew for all the big growers,
Oh
and
wow.
they used to have lavender fields, and they'd be
Oh,
close to a pond, and it's like it kept the mosquitoes away too. So it was like cool. You have this beautiful
oh.
pond with all the lavender around it.
Wickershire said his didn't come up. Well, maybe this year because you've got that like super soil you're making, Billy.
You really have to be patient with lavender if you start it from seed inside, um, because it takes a lot of time and it has to be watered every day. I waited 3 months for my seed to come up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people give up on lavender just
Yeah,
because it's a long time. But once it's
exactly.
up, it's like beautiful and it's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe that was my problem before too. I had no idea that it could
yeah,
take that long. Never heard that. Okay.
yeah. I had it in the bed where I really wanted. I was
Maybe.
watering the other herbs all the time,
Let me see.
and I don't know
Yeah,
if
let me look
it
that up.
needs cold stratification. I know that there's a lot of flowers that do, like
I'm looking it up now.
chamomile does.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now I'm going to have to start looking that up because I didn't even think about herb seeds needing it and flower seeds. Placing them in moist soil in a cold greenhouse or refrigerator for 2 to 7 weeks before moving them onto heat. That's what some gardeners suggest. Some gardeners suggest cold
So it sounds
stratifying.
like yes, they do need cold stratification.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're saying 2 to 7 weeks. So 2 is like nothing. That's not
Hmm.
complete cold stratification. But 7, yes, you're totally
Hmm.
stratifying it. Okay. It says after sowing, a cold period and then a warm period is required to break the dormancy and allow germination. So you need that. So maybe you could sow them while it's still cold. outside and have like where you are. I just don't have that. I would need to do the
We're getting pretty
refrigerator.
warm already.
Yeah, I would need to do
But
the
we have a cold period coming up, but it's only going to be a couple days. So put them in the freezer. Buy starts. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to buy some starts.
Yeah, but you could start yours early, Wickershire, in your area because you do get cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I've heard apple seeds, though, are one of those ones that's a good starter plant for kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. You're doing my type of gardening now, Billy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all about the mulberries because they make me feel like I can grow something.
Yeah, I need to grow some mulberries and put them around the chicken. That's what Aquarius was saying, is
Mhm.
put some mulberries around your chicken coop.
Yeah.
I've never had
they'll love them.
mulberry. Is it really
Yeah,
good?
and the leaves are good for the pigs. It's all fodder.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's all fodder. And then when you have the twigs, you just stick them in the ground again, usually in warm weather, and they will root.
Mm,
They're really an easy plant.
that's the way to go.
Yeah. But because they're that way, they can be invasive in certain areas.
Yeah.
But it's invasive food, like David the Good says. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just the pigs on them, or
yeah,
buy a goat.
right? Yeah, the goats would love the mulberry leaves.
Yeah.
They'd be standing on their hind legs, probably eating the mulberries. Yeah, for the highs and mid 30s for the lows. Wow. After that should stay warm.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that coming up too.
Oh, cool, Shawnee. Just what you needed today. I'm so glad they came today.
Eggplants, make sure that you
Oh, go ahead.
spray
Sorry.
them a lot, because they really get those mites really bad.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Yuck.
Put those little stickies around them. A lot of people like to grow them close to the house because they kind of need to be babysat quite a bit.
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
That's the golden giant amaranth that David the Good said when he came in. Nice. Oh, you got rose red buckwheat, Shawnee. Ooh.
Oh, awesome.
And quinoa. So cool. I have cowpeas. So does Laura. I haven't done fava beans, but I'm not sure if that's the bean. Great Northern is not a fava, is it? That's not a fava bean, is it?
I don't know.
I can't have the Great Northern. That's what came up on one of my sensitivity tests.
I don't have any cowpeas anymore.
Oh, you don't? You got rid of them? Oh.
No, I had to. The dogs were eating them and getting sick.
Oh, stinkers.
Yeah.
Gosh. Isn't that too what, certain other protein animal was coming in for and liked?
Mm-hmm.
Darn it.
Yeah, my deer were loving them.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
further away from
you
the
plant cowpeas in your pasture. If you have pasture land, you'll invite those deer in, and yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, and cannelli beans are closer to the Great Northern. They're saying fava is great for protein, Shawnee. Fava beans are better than northern beans, and there's it's almost 50%, 19.5.
Wow,
It's
that's really
4.9 more protein per 100 grams, high in fiber, 23.76, more dietary. Yeah. Wow. Nice.
That's cool.
Can't wait to hear how they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had them.
I don't think I have.
Wow. 7 more raised bed kits. Wowee.
Oh, that's
I want
cool.
I want the elevated ones. Like, how high are they, Suburban Hillbilly? Because you're around Laura and I. Are you around our age, I think?
Yeah, close.
Okay. They might have to stay in the box. Aw. Yeah, the soil kills me, right? I went back to the W store and saw the soil I've used before, and yeah, it's gone up a little bit.
You know what? You gotta. I put stuff in the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I do that too.
You gotta do the do the almost horticulture inside
I do that.
inside your beds.
I do that. It settles though, and
Yeah.
the soil, if it's not covered too, it
Right.
just goes away.
But it makes it good for the first year, and then after
Mhm.
it settles, then you have to buy more. But
Yeah.
if you're making your own compost.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I did the hookah culture, and the only thing I did that I forgot was the cardboard underneath, and I was mad at myself
Yeah,
because I only had a thin
I did
landscape
that with my
fabric.
new pea beds, and
Yeah.
I didn't put cardboard underneath.
That's why I want to reset the beds. Plus, I want them higher.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I've got to get the soil that's in them that's settled down, plus what's underneath
Mm-hmm.
in there somehow. Only a foot and a half tall. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you working red clay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think mine end up being close. I don't think it's 3 feet, but it's when I stack them. Yeah, I think it's close to 3 foot, or at least two and a
Well,
half high.
we put a lot of our topsoil in the bottom of our beds too, and that kind of helped.
Okay. Yeah, see, with me though, I have to be careful because of the nematodes.
Right.
We have them in our natural soil. That's what I was trying to block out, was the natural kind of soil and mix up
Mm-hmm.
the soil, which I forgot to go and get. It's so funny. Our soil is so sandy, but I forgot to get sand for the raised beds.
Yeah.
And I need it.
So I gotta add sand, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know I need to add it if I'm doing an elevated bed and keeping a barrier between our natural soil
I
and
haven't. I haven't. The funny thing is, our clay really gets really powdery when it's not. It's
give me the cup.
it's really weird. So I don't know. It's kind of, it turns into a paste
Oh, weird.
when you mix it
Oh,
up.
it's like clay. It sounds like got some clay in it. Holy cow! I need 70 bags.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big bucks, Suburban Hillbilly.
Yeah. So how can you add leaves and
Yeah.
wood char and
Mhm.
like old wood from the forest and all
Yep.
kinds of stuff in the bottom.
Yeah. Wow.
And I bet you could save like half of that.
Yes. Oh, wow. It's a lot of beds.
How big are the beds?
Yeah, that might be your best bet, what Gear said. But that's the only thing, is you got to make sure, like, go to the place and make sure they have stuff growing on that soil.
Mm-hmm.
If it won't grow weeds, then don't get that soil.
You're right.
Unless they say they're,
Although my
raking it.
super soil, that was so horrible, but I've been amending it like crazy. So I can't tell if it's the super soil fixed itself or 4x8. See, that's what I have. Yeah. Yeah, I had super soil delivered, and I started with 6, and I can't remember how much super soil we got, but it didn't fill up the whole bed, so we had to put stuff in the bottom of our beds.
Mhm. Well, I was just going to type it to you because you were texting. I got to get going. I got to get him ready to go.
Yeah, I got to get going too. So
yeah,
it's been almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. So. All right, you guys, thank you for coming in. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Carol, for coming in. Thank you, Bob, wherever you are. God bless, and we'll see you
and
guys.
GT, you had a little GT showing too, like GT Junior.
Yes, G2.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.